Get up, fools! Big T here, and I'm back with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about the new revelations of games coming out for the Switch. Mostly the ports from yesteryear, shall I say. Games like Saints Row the Third and the Grandia series getting ported over, which is very cool. Looking forward to that. So let's go ahead and talk about these things. Obviously, Gamescom is going on right now, so there's more and more revelations coming out, for games for the Switch. We got some really cool indie game announcements coming out for the Switch, which is things I was looking forward to when the Switch first got announced. I'll actually be talking about that more towards the end of the video. What my aspirations for what I wanted to see come to the Switch. First of all, I'm pretty happy to see a game like Saints Row the Third come over, because obviously there's a void that's missing on the Switch as far as third-person, like kind of open-world action-adventure games. Obviously, a lot of people want Grand Theft Auto 5 to come over, and I think it should have come over by now. Don't know why it's not here yet. Games like that need to come to the Switch, because it's something really cool about having a portable device that can play a big kind of open-world game. I think that's one of the things that helped Zelda initially sell really well and continue to sell. It's still actually selling pretty well. Is that it's really cool to see a game that size, of that caliber, on a small handheld device that you can kind of jump in, jump out, and do whatever you want, play around, and it's an open world. So that is really cool to see. That's why I'm actually excited for games like the Survivor game coming. Even though I heard stuff about its performance and all that stuff, I'm an old school gamer, so bad performance in games is nothing new to me. I just think it's cool to have a game like that on the Switch, because it's, like I said, the portable aspect of it is really it lends itself really well to like grindier type of games, survival games, strategy games, RPGs, obviously. And speaking of RPGs, we're getting Grandia 1 and 2 on the Switch, which is very cool. My history with Grandia is pretty funny, because I actually never played Grandia 2, even though I was a big Dreamcast guy. I don't know why. At that time, I was doing a lot in my life. I was still gaming a lot, but I just started my whole hip-hop thing. I was going to studios, recording and all that stuff, so that was a big part of my life at the time. So I missed some games, even big games to me, like Grandia 2. But I did play Grandia 1, and the funny thing is that I didn't have a PS1 until, like, I want to say 98 or 99. And even then, I didn't really put a lot into it. And I got Grandia 1. I think Grandia 1 came out in, what was it, late 97, early 98. I actually ended up getting it on a Saturn, which is funny because there is no English version of that game. It was only released in Japan, and that was one of the weird things about the Saturn, one of the crazy things about the Saturn that helped it not sell well. I think the vice president in America was Bernie Stoller, and he famously didn't want to bring over more Japanese style games like JRPGs and things of that nature, because he didn't think it would sell well here. Obviously, that was stupid, and that really hurt the Saturn. A little later, he said the Saturn wasn't their future, and which bungled us into the Dreamcast. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. If you've seen my other video talking about my Saturn, this love I have for the Saturn, the Blockbuster game store back in the day did have an import section, so I was able to do that. I got myself the 4 MB RAM expansion card that allows you to play Japanese games in your Saturn, so it was really easy to play Japanese and even like European, UK, those style games on the Saturn. So I had no problem importing and playing games like that. And so I got Grandia 1, and like I said, it was all in Japanese, and I couldn't play it that way. So what I did was I bought the strategy guide to Grandia for the PS1 and I used that to work my way through the game. I still missed out on a lot of story, obviously, but I was able to get through the game that way, because it's an RPG, so you kind of know what's going on, for the most part. But it helped me to kind of navigate menus and things like that, and I'm sure I got some help online too. I was a big fan of Grandia, and I never got around to Grandia 2 even now, which is sad, but I'm glad because now I get to play it on the Switch, which is a console that is perfect for RPGs. Like I said, with the grindy nature, you can just pull that thing out of the dock and go relax on the couch and still get your grind on. So it's pretty cool. And so games like that, strategy games, lend themselves really well to the Switch and its form factor. So that's cool. There's a bunch of other games that were announced too. There were more games on the kind of indie side, more games on kind of the porting over from the PC side. Obviously, we're getting Diablo 3. That was announced a little while ago. And, you know, it is a PC style game. It's obviously been on consoles, but that game has a PC kind of pedigree to it. And that was one of the things I wanted to see on the Switch early on. I talked about that before. If you follow me that much, I do the Juices Loose podcast, and we had our predictions talk about what we wanted to see for the Switch. And that was one of the things I said early on, that I think the Switch could corner a market, basically, of bringing back games from the 360p PS3 era for Nintendo fans who may have never played that stuff, or just having those games portably is a really cool thing. Because even when I was a kid, dreaming of, you know, Game Boys and Game Boy Advances. Well, I wasn't a kid then, but Game Boy, I was a kid, and thinking of like being able to play a console experience in the palm of my hand was amazing. Game Gear, stuff like that. And we now have that. And so being able to, you can even resurrect those games to come back that maybe you haven't played. Maybe you missed those games on 360 and PS3. It's very possible. Even PS3 360 guys haven't played every game. So I think certain games would lend themselves well, and we're starting to see that. And also, obviously, like I said, with the PC aspect, you're getting to see more PC-style games like the Art of Valor. What is that MOBA game that's coming over from the Chinese market? And you have that. You have games like Warframe, which is a PC-style game. Again, it's also been on consoles, but it's more of a PC-style game. And you're just getting a lot of cool things coming. That is what I wanted to happen for the Switch early on, and I'm so glad that that is happening. Bringing over certain games, obviously some games I've played, but even some of the games that I played, I'd like to see come over for people who may have missed them. Games like Enslaved, I think it's called Odyssey to the West. That was a fantastic game that I think would be great on the Switch to come back in some way. But obviously they have to price these things well. If there's not going to be a remaster, they need to make sure they price it well. So we gotta make sure we get the pricing structure set up well for that. And obviously there's still more cost to having to do with the cart on Nintendo Switch. So some of it's going to be a little bit more just based on that alone. But, you know, hopefully they can work something out that'll work for everybody. There's new things coming to my channel. You're seeing me on camera more, but there's going to be more stuff. Some people are like, where is Mizati? You know, where is that crazy puppet? Where is the crazy action figure? Where is he? You're going to still be seeing all of those. And, you know, as a matter of
fact... Now, hold on. Wait a minute, fools. Ain't you going to talk about ass hat and time? Or, excuse me, hat and time?
I'll let you talk about that in your own video, okay? Chill.
Oh, okay, cool, no problem. I'll get to going on that myself. Go ahead and proceed, fools.
Cool. All right, Mr. T really wants to talk about his ass hats video and wants to re-up that. So look forward to that as well. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think about these games coming over to Switch? Are you excited for them? Do you not care? You're indifferent? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's going to diversify Switch's audience even more. And that's a great thing because, you know, the more it diversifies, the more it sells and the more games we get. And hopefully Nintendo can step their game up because they kind of took a back seat this year for the most part. And we'll see more from them in 2019. There's already amazing lineup we think coming from them. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching and listening, and I'll see you fools next time.
And oh yeah, one more thing. Play Nintendo, fools.